Hello everyone, welcome to Movies with Matt. I'm your host, and we are going to talk about some movies. So the movie I decided to pick this week is an M. Night Shyamalan film called Knock at the Cabin. This has been getting a little bit more positive buzz than his recent films, which I was excited about. So, what is this film about? Well, it's about a little girl and her parents are taken hostage in an old cabin by these four strangers, one of them being played by Dave Bautista. And essentially, they're telling the parents and the little girl that they need to make the choice of a lifetime. Now, what is that choice exactly? Well, they have to decide on which person they have to kill in order to save the entire world's population. So that's the general premise of this film. It sounded really goofy, and I'm gonna be honest, the trailers looked really goofy. So I was like, it it sounds interesting, but I don't know where it's going. And what I can happily say is that this is a well-made M. Night Shyamalan film. I think this is better than his last two films, which was Glass and Old, which I thought it just went too overboard with its twist ending. This one, it takes on this weird premise, but plays it straight. It plays it straight, and I think it handles the subject matter pretty well. In my opinion, the highlight performance was Dave Bautista. I mean, this guy freaking nails the role as the character Leonard and him dealing with this existential crisis and trying to find a way for the parents and the little girl to understand. And I just love it. I love the choices he's been making recently. Aside from obviously Drax from Guardians, he's been in Blade Runner 2049. He was in the recent James Bond film, and each role that he's done so far has stood out. And I'm glad that M. Night casted him in this film. The rest of the performances are really well done. I personally enjoyed every single one of them. It didn't feel unnatural, which is what the last film he did, Old, felt like. It felt like each performance just didn't connect and didn't feel human. Whereas this one was very much like each performance felt natural enough that I was invested throughout. I'm also glad that this film didn't rely on some crazy twists like a lot of M. Night films have. Look, I get it. You did Unbreakable, you did Sixth Sense. Those films are amazing with amazing twists. But sometimes a perfect story is a perfect story. You don't need to have a crazy twist. Sometimes the emotions really get to you. And to me, the emotions got to me at the end. I really liked it. It's a very simple story in that regard, and I really enjoyed it. It's not amazing by any means. I feel like there's a lot of odd choices here and there that come from a lot of recent M. Night films, but as it stands, it's probably my favorite film since Split. And yeah, I hope M. Night takes a lot of chances with different ideas like these and makes them, you know, I think the one thing he can learn from his more recent films is don't always expect a twist. Don't always rely on like weird premises like that and force a twist down it. Just make a good story at the end of the day, because he has. He's made a ton of great stories and a ton of bad ones. But thankfully, Knock at the Cabin was not a bad one, which is why I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, what did you guys think of Knock at the Cabin? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? Let me know in the comments. I mean, who knows? Maybe people will not like this film, and hopefully they find a good M. Night film coming out soon. To me, I enjoyed it. I'm on the positive, and that is my general opinion. So that's all the time I have for Movies with Matt. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next week.